Well, I'm officially here. This is as good as you're getting today, right? So I hope that you are also at home with crazy hair, in your pajamas, on your fourth cup of coffee this morning. And I hope you're not surviving on cough drops like I currently am. But yesterday and today are the absolute best that I have felt in a month. And that is something to celebrate. So, this video is going to be a little patchwork quilted together, but I'll explain that in a second. In the meantime, make me feel more comfortable. Mess up your hair a little bit. Go get in your pajamas, grab a coffee, and just like be homey and homely with me. Homey and homely. That's my brand, guys. Hi guys! It feels so good to be like, we are back with another one, finally. Even though 90% of my editing is going to be cutting out my coughing, and even though the lighting right now is crazy, this is the first like fully sunny day we've gotten in weeks here in Connecticut, but I'm embracing the sunshine. I'm going to be a little washed out in this video, but something about like the vitamin D of the sunlight hitting me is bringing me back to life. I swear to God. But we are back today with another challenge video because I am here to tell you guys and to confess to you guys that I have not finished a book in 3 weeks. And that is just real life. I don't feel bad about it. It is what it is. Life happens. I was incredibly sick. That was probably the sickest I've been in, well, I don't even know, like years and years and years. So I was so physically weak that all I could do was sleep. Like, a book was not happening. Like physically holding a book, not happening. But even physically, the idea of sitting and physically holding my tiny little Kindle was not happening. My body aches were so bad. It was crazy. So I have not finished, like completed a book in 3 weeks. I'm almost done with Shatter Me. I have like 50 pages left, which that book reads so quick. I could probably finish that in like a half hour. But I have not fully completed a book, and I am feeling starting yesterday like 85 to 90% back to normal. So I'm ready to get back into reading, and I need to have a solid week of finishing books just to like get me back in the groove, if that makes sense. I'm in like a little bit of a sick slump right now. So I'm going to do a challenge because that is my most effective reading. I enjoy a challenge, and I actually started filming this video and was on day like 2 or 3 when I bottomed out in sickness, when I just like went down for the count fully. Like, I'm not exaggerating in any way. Like, I was non-functional for a week straight. So I think I was on day 3 of this video when I went down for the count. So I'm going to restart it now. I'm just going to scrap that footage. The only thing that makes me sad about that is that on day 1, 2 days before I got sick, my niece was here because she had a delay from school. It was really icy and the buses didn't run. So she was with Auntie for the morning and I brought her to school, and she helped me do day number 1 of this challenge. So I think I am going, without further ado, to use the intro footage from before I got sick from the first time I did this challenge, because if I do say so myself, I explained it like beautifully. So I want to use that to explain to you what this week's challenge is going to be. And I think I might also include, I'm going to scrap the footage of the challenge and just start from scratch, but I'm going to include the footage of my niece because she's so adorable that you guys all deserve to have her in your lives for even like a minute and a half. And she's so funny that I definitely don't want to get rid of this footage because she's like the star of the show. So without further ado, let's go back in time to the Lindsay of the past, the pre-sick Lindsay, and have her explain to you what we're going to do this week, and then have some cute footage of my little girly, and then we will get into starting the challenge today. So take it away, past Lindsay. I don't know if you guys have watched my Races Choose My Reads video, but in that one, I spent a week with random races choosing how long I read every single day. And I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 hours. Those were our options. So every single day when we did our race, we would read between 1 and 6 hours, whoever won the race. So, for example, if we raced a bunch of penguins, the number 2 penguin won, we would read for 2 hours. The next day we raced some puppies, and the number 4 puppy won, so we read for 4 hours, etc. Well, I was actually in the comments of that video, and I'm going to see if I can find it. If so, I'll post it here. But a lovely subscriber actually had this fantastic and super creative idea. They said that they loved the idea of the races, but they would love to see me do it where I raced 1 through 6 every day. But once I'd gotten that number, I eliminated it from the race. So basically, for a week, I'll be reading a different amount every single day. And the race will determine how long I'm reading that day, which means in this video, there will be a day where I am reading for 6 hours. Considering I did have a 5-hour day in the original video and my brain was legit mush by the end of that day, 6 hours is going to be an experience for me, and quite frankly for you as well, to watch me go through it. So that is what we are going to do this week. We are going to do another Races Choose My Reads week, but every single time I race, that number that wins is going to get eliminated. So it's going to be a good one. We're going to see. I'm like obsessed with the fact that this was a subscriber's idea because you guys are infinitely more creative than I am. So what a great idea. Thank you so much for the suggestion. And let's see what we get tomorrow morning when we come back.
Texting me.
They were texting you?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
When the time I was doing it, I forgot to text someone.
You're working hard back there.
Send?
Send? What did you send?
I sent a message. Like,
Was it a nice message or a nasty message?
nice. I said nice.
Oh, good.
Because I said, why are you doing this?
You're not giving someone the business?
I'm saying, why are you texting me for no reason? I'm
Oh.
literally working.
Oh, you're working hard. They shouldn't be wasting your time. All right,
Pause the timer.
let's set up. You're a boss, babe. Tell them.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go ahead and see what we're going to do. You want to help me?
You have 10 more minutes.
I only have 10 minutes?
Let's
You run a tight ship, ma'am. You run a tight ship.
I'm restarting it. Good.
Oh, you added time? Thank you for your generosity.
Why's the color change?
It's just the focus on the camera. Okay, now I have an important question for you. This is the most important question. We need to pick a race. We can do, there's so many options.
Santa Claus.
Okay, watch. We could do Santa. We could do duckies, emojis, leprechauns, Santa, rockets, robots, monsters, aliens. Hold on, there's really cool ones. Runners, canoes. Look at these ones, girlfriend. Snails, fish, dinos, horses, birds, kitties. Horsies, kitties, doggies, butterflies, dolphins, spiders.
I hate spiders.
Horses, camels. Look at this.
Unicorn.
Princesses. We could do a unicorn race.
What's the unicorn?
That's princess, and then there's the straight unicorns.
I want the straight unicorn.
You want to do
Mermaid.
You want to do a mermaid race? Oh, I think you clicked it. I think that one might be the winner. Okay, so let's do a mermaid race. Okay.
Let's move it on.
Let's get a move on. How much time do I have now on the timer?
6 7 minutes.
Was I efficient?
Yes.
Awesome. I did it. How cute is she? Now do you see why I couldn't just like, I couldn't in my soul just like delete that footage. She's so funny. She's so funny. So even though I'm not going to be using the footage of her helping me select day number 1 of Reading's race, I figured I would put in her little highlight reel because she's so cute. So without further ado, let's start here. Like I explained, I'm going to randomize numbers 1 through 6 with a list randomizer. You know what I should do? Let's go ahead, just so you guys can see what I'm doing. We will go ahead and screen record me randomizing this. Let me move over so I can put it there. All right, so here's my list randomizer. We're going to do numbers 1 through 6. And let's see what order we're going to put these in for our race. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's zoom in. 6, 1, 3, 5, 4, 2. That's the order that this is going to go in for our list. Now, when Kaylee was here originally, she selected a mermaid race. So in honor of her and her help, the greatest little helper of all time, I am going to keep our first race as a mermaid race. So let's go ahead and set that up. We are back with our iPad. Okay, let's open up our race program. Let's see what we got here. Once again, could I have done this beforehand? I absolutely could have, but that's not my brand of chaos. That's not what you come here for. And we are going to, in honor of Kaylee, keep with our mermaids. So let me go down and find our mermaid race. Okay. So what was the numbers I said that it randomized to? 6, 1, 3, 5, 4, 2. Okay, so let's go to our list. 6, 1, 3, 5, 4, 2, right? 6, 1, 3, 5, 4, 2. Good. All right, so that is the way our list is going to be set up. As always, we are going to do a 30-second race. And let's see how long we're going to be reading for today. All right, on your marks, get set, go. Go. All right, so in our last video, we learned that whoever starts out in the front usually doesn't win. Usually one comes all the way from behind and wins. So 5 is in the front. Okay. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? It's actually kind of an even race right now. 10 seconds. This is when you start seeing the most movement. Oh, goodness. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, 2. Okay, 2. Okay, 2. Okay! Okay. I could do 2 today. I could do 2 hours of reading today. So, like I explained in my original video, that means that starting tomorrow, 2 will no longer be on our list. We will be randomizing 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to eliminate them slowly. But for today, I have to read for 2 hours, which I can totally do. So number 1 point of business today is going to be finishing Shatter Me, celebrating my success of finishing my first book in 3 weeks, and then figuring out what we're going to read from there. So let's go read for 2 hours. Okay, it is officially much later, and you could probably hear my kids upstairs and the TV on and all that good stuff, but my whole entire family is home, and it is 9:19 p.m. I officially have 59 minutes and 25 seconds left. So I've read for an hour so far today, and I did officially finish Shatter Me by Tara Buffy. I'm going to leave all my thoughts for the end, but this is me officially finishing my first book in 3 weeks. Well, January 25th is when I started, so about 3 weeks. So now, since I have 59 minutes and 25 seconds left, I have already made the decision that I am going to go into Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. This is on my... This is mom life. My husband and my son arguing about who's getting in the shower. Which is like ridiculous, because like it's not the only shower. Anyways, continuing. I have made the decision to pick up Hannah Grace's Icebreaker. This is on my TBR for this month. So I want to get into it, but I also feel like I need like a little lighthearted sports romance. So we have an hour of this. Let's go. Day 2. Back. And successful because I did complete my 2 hours yesterday. I think the last check-in I did, I had 59 minutes left and I was going into Icebreaker. Well, I did make it 58 pages into Icebreaker, and I'm on chapter 7. I read that little sliver, like this little sliver right here. I'm going to continue with Icebreaker today, but let's figure out how long we are going to be reading for, and we have to randomize our numbers first. But today we have to remove the number 2 because we already read for 2 hours. So we are going to take our little list. Let me screenshot so you guys can always see what I'm doing. Full transparency, guys, full transparency. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so our list today is going to be 1, skip the 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we are going to click randomize. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so our random numbers are 6, 1, 3, 4, 5. 6, 1, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now the question is, what little racy race are we going to do today? So we did mermaids yesterday. Okay. We could do fish. That would be kind of cute. We did mermaids and now we're going to do fish. Okay. Let's go ahead and do fish. We are going to pop it up right here on the screen. Let's go ahead and edit our list. What did I say our numbers were? 6, 1, 3, 4, 5. 6, 1, 3, 4, 5. There's our list. We are going to do a 30-second race. Okay. On your marks, get set, go. Who's in the lead? Who's in the lead? Okay, the 5 off to an early start. Okay. That 5 and that 6 is in the lead. Today will be the day that the one who comes in first in the beginning wins. Watch. Because I'll just have to be proven wrong. All right, 10 seconds. Oh my God, who's making a run for it? The 1. The 1. Okay. Okay, so here's the thing. Not to be ungrateful, but that's like a good and a bad thing because we did our 2 hours yesterday. We're knocking out our 1 today, which means I'm pretty much guaranteed to do like consecutive days of really long reading for the rest of the week. But that's okay. That's okay. I'm okay with it. Not me trying to convince myself I'm okay with it, but I could definitely knock out an hour of reading today. To be honest with you, I'll probably go over today. But 1 hour. The fishies have chosen. Let's continue with Icebreaker today.
The trees, they are singing to the tune of a song, and the wind is gently ringing the bell that brings the morning, the welcome of the dawn. Voice of the robin, the call of the dove, the red leaves are falling, the barn owl is calling, the welcome of the dawn.
Okay, officially just finished our hour of reading. I thought I was going to get a little bit more done today than I did, but it got crazy. But I did make it a little bit further into Icebreaker. I'm now on page 113. The Battle of the Furnace continues, but so I'm now on page 113, and honestly, I think we may, instead of going to sleep and waking up in the morning and doing our race, I think I might actually just get our race done for tomorrow now. Here's my thinking, and here's my justification for this. Tomorrow, both of my boys have a basketball game, and they're the early games. So we are going to be up and out of the house pretty early and gone for several hours at their basketball games. And then we are heading across the state and to visit my family for the day and to get some stuff done. So I'm just thinking, trying to squeeze in like filming and remembering to do the race and stuff. Depending on how smoothly our morning goes, it might be a little difficult. So while the kids are sleeping, my husband still isn't home from work, I might as well just go ahead, knowing that the four like longest hours are still available. Maybe I can even cheat just a tiny bit and still get some reading done tonight, if that makes sense. So the first things first, let's randomize our remaining numbers. So we've read for 2 hours and 1 hour. So we are only going to have 3 through 6 on our list randomization. So let's screen record and let's go ahead and add 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1 and 2 are gone to our list, and let's see what our random list is going to be. 4, 3, 5, 6. Okay, well, that wasn't that exciting, but all right. So then the second question is going to be, what race are we going to do? We've done mermaids, we've done fish. Mermaids and fish. Okay. Let's see, what should we do? What if we did, let me screen record this too so you can see me kind of going through our races. Okay, here we go. What if we did, we could be boring and just do a running race or an egg and spoon race, but these people are kind of creepy. Huh, a snail race? Butterfly race? Superheroes, unicorns, a car race. What could we do? Oh, a love heart race. Let's do a love heart because we're coming up on Valentine's Day, right? Like, that makes sense. Let's edit our list. And our numbers were 4, 3, 5, and 6. Done. Scooch this up. We're going to do a 30-second race. All right. On your marks, get set, go. Okay. The 5 is in the early lead. All of these numbers are kind of big, so it doesn't really matter. I'm going to be reading for a long time tomorrow, I guess, so. All right, the 6 is falling behind, which we kind of are sensing a theme of how this usually goes. 8 seconds. I told you. I predicted that. I knew it. Okay. Get it out of the way. It's fine. Every single time, the one that is in the lead never wins, and the one that's behind always comes up and wins. Always. I'm onto it. I understand what's going on now, but tomorrow is our 6-hour day. 2 basketball games, a visit to my family, which is a 3-hour round trip drive. This could get interesting. Okay, I'm kind of getting a little bit tired, but I still have a little bit of energy in me, so I think I might go up and get in bed now and kind of cheat a little bit and get a little bit of an early start on tomorrow. But I guarantee you, once I'm up in bed, I'm not going to get more than a half hour of reading in, especially because this is like a physical book and not my Kindle. But that's okay. Let's see how this goes. So, goodness, I will check in with you tomorrow for my 6-hour reading day.
space. Been weaker, it's been waiting for the right day. Like the right day ever comes, now it's Friday. And nothing's changed. Mistakes that everyone is making, but I can't change. I'm stuck in reverse like an old Benz. Forgot to tap it up. Now I long for another day where things fall into place. So if you're down, I'll be down. Pack your bags, fill them up. We can go tonight, take a flight to a higher ground. How does that sound? How does that sound? So strange, why it always feel like it's too late. Waiting, nothing here, and it's too late. But that's not true. It's not strange to quit another job cause it was draining. To try a different road though it's been fading in your mind cause of time. Now I long for another day where things fall into place. So if you're down, I'll be down. Pack your bags, fill them up. We can go tonight, take a flight to a higher ground. How does that sound? How does that sound? Let's start over.
Well, that was an eventful day. That was a busy day. And before we even start here, let me get it off my chest. I split up my 6 hours over multiple days. Sorry. It just wasn't possible. And when your family asks you to visit, when your kids are playing sports, and when your husband asks you for a date night, you don't say no. And I always just want to be straight up with you guys. It's okay. These challenges are ultimately supposed to be fun. This is supposed to encourage you to enjoy reading. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. If I had gotten to 6 hours, great. But if you don't, it doesn't matter because I still read for 6 hours. I read 4 hours the first day, 2 hours the next day. And in that time, I finished Icebreaker. So we are still on 2 books for this week after I had not completed a single book for 3 weeks. So that's just a gentle reminder for you guys that reading is supposed to be fun. Don't put pressure on yourself because that is how I find that I put myself into a big slump. So I found myself getting kind of like hard on myself, and then I was like, you know what? You still read for 4 hours today. Like, that's fine. And you spent a ton of time with your entire family, like both my kids, all of my aunts, and my husband. So that's okay. But long story short, I am now done with Icebreaker, and I'm going to save my thoughts to the end, but it was very cute. So we have to do our, what is this, fourth race? Yeah, 4th race for the day. And I already, guess what guys, for the first time in Lindsay history, I prepared before I came on camera. Sorry if that disappoints you. Like, that's not what you guys have come to expect, clearly. But I'm going to go ahead and screenshot because we have to randomize the rest of our numbers. And today we will just have 3, 4, and 5 on our list. So let's go ahead and screenshot our randomizer. Here we go. There you go. And today we are just going to have 3, 4, and 5 on our list. So let's go ahead and randomize and see what order our race is going to be in. 3, 5, and 4. Okay. let's go to our races. I even am so prepared today that I even decided what race we were going to do off camera. Are you guys excited? Let me grab my iPad, screen record, and surprise you guys. So for today's race, we are going to be doing a spaceship race just because it's different and I think it's cute. And I haven't done it yet, so I want to see what the spaceship graphic looks like. So let's go ahead and edit our list. And I already forgot what order we're supposed to be in. Okay, 3, 5, 4. All right, let's go ahead and clear our list. We want 3, we want 5, and we want 4. Okay, we are going to do a 30-second race. Okay, here we go. On your marks, get set, go. Oh my God, they're going up. That's so cute. Of course, 3 is in the lead. All right. We don't have many options today, guys, so let's see what ends up happening. 4 is in the lead. 5's creeping. 5 is creeping up. 10 seconds. Come on. 3 is coming. Oh my gosh, this is going to be like a photo finish. 3 hours today with 5 nipping on its heels. So we are going to read for 3 hours today. And because I am like on fire today, I have already decided what book we're going to read. We are going to go into Truly Devious, which is Kindle Unlimited. I also do have the book. It's right there. It's over in my TBR stack. But I'm just feeling some Kindle reading today. The last couple of books I've read have been physical books. And I'm just feeling a nice, quick little YA mystery thriller on my Kindle. So let's go ahead and read Truly Devious for 3 hours today. It is officially 10:58 p.m. And I did just finish our 3 hours of reading. And I made it 48% of the way through Truly Devious. I'm on chapter 14, page 195. So I read this top sliver. I have this bottom one to go. I have thoughts about this so far, now that I'm like half of the way through. Okay, the writing is beautiful. The story is cool. And I'm intrigued. But there are so many characters. I swear to God, in the first 50%, we've been introduced to, no exaggeration, 20 characters. And I don't think they're all going to be super pertinent to the story, but because it's a mystery, I feel like I'm trying to figure out the mystery as I'm reading. And I'm I'm not eliminating anyone. Like, anyone could be a suspect. Anyone could know something. Anyone could be lying. And when you have like 20 characters and you have to remember each one and what they were doing and where they were and what family they're from and what their special ability is and what this and what that and who's related to who and who said something weird to the main character and that could be a clue, or like who lives in what dorm. Like, it's confusing and overwhelming. And maybe that's part of the reason why I'm having trouble like connecting to the characters in the story. I'm intrigued by the plot, but I'm not really loving our main female character, Stevie. I think she's kind of weird, and I know the point is that she's very smart and a bit socially awkward, and a lot of these characters are socially awkward, but I'm having trouble connecting with her. And usually even when I connect, or when I don't connect to one of the main characters, like there's a side character that I'm super intrigued by, connected to, liking. So I'm like reading through the book to get to them and like get excited when they come into the plot and stuff like that. And so far there's like no character in this book that's my like favorite. Like, I'm just kind of like, I'm not into it. I don't know. It might just be because I'm tired and it's been a long day. That could be it, but hold on.
Go and subscribe to Icy Games, link in the description. It's my new gaming channel and we have awesome content. So
Yes. So both of my boys do YouTube. They have a channel
Yep.
that they do together.
Subscribe to mine. Ow!
I'm trying to give you a promo right now. Did you hit your...
I jumped
my
up
gosh.
and laughed on it.
So they have a... Let me give you your promo. They have a channel that they have together, and which is Mr. MC and Icebreaker. And this is Icebreaker. And he just started his own where he's going to do his own gaming videos, and that is Icy Games. So every single video, they're always linked in the description as a channel to go like and subscribe to. If you love gaming, or if you have kids that love gaming, they do really great, really funny, cool content.
Just like me.
They have really great, really funny, cool content. So go like them. And there's quite a bit of dancing as well.
Yeah.
Bedtime.
What? Oh God.
Bedtime. Anyways, after that obligatory interruption, which happens in almost every single one of my videos, because the second they hear me, it's almost like they have a radar for when I'm trying to have a coherent thought, and they're like, nope, that's not gonna fly here. That's not allowed. We gotta go interrupt and completely throw her off the train of coherent thought that she had. So maybe it's best that I end my rant. Long story short, it's sitting at like a 3-star for me at this point, 50% of the way through. I'm hoping tomorrow in the last 50%, 52% to be accurate, I'm hoping in the last half of the book, I start connecting with Stevie, or like at least one of the side characters more, because that's really what's holding me back. And I'm hoping that we start like eliminating some of the characters that I can keep my focus on, because it is getting a little bit like, they bring up these characters and I'm like, who is this? Like, and I have to almost like flip back and try to figure out who they were. I don't know. Maybe I'm just tired, but I'm liking it. We will be back in the morning to do our second to last race. I believe we only have 4 and 5 hours left. So tomorrow is going to be a long reading day, and I do have my actual job, my work tomorrow. Not for very long, for like a couple of hours. It's not that big of a deal, but I do have a couple of hours of work to do tomorrow in my real job, or actual job. So hopefully we continue to be successful, but I will catch you all in the morning to figure out what race we're going to do. All right. I got to go get in bed. Like this. Okay. Welcome to the next morning. So I got up early this morning and took a shower. Haven't even had coffee yet, but I'm trying to be a little quiet because my boys and my husband are both upstairs sleeping. They have a day where they could sleep in today, so I want to let them sleep. I have to work for a little while this afternoon, so I wanted to get up early and get like a jump start on the day. This lighting is horrible, I'm sorry. And get like a jump start on the day. But I figured I would update you on what ended up going on last night. I had all the plans in the world to go get in bed and keep reading to try to get ahead today. And I went upstairs and I turned my Kindle on, and I don't remember a single word I read. I fell right asleep almost immediately. I usually try to wait up for my husband to get home sometimes. I try. That did not happen last night. So no progress was made. I was hoping I could get like a jump start, because we know we're either reading for 4 or 5 hours today. So I was hoping I could get like a little bit of jump start, but didn't happen. So let's go ahead and randomize 4 and 5 just to find out who's going to be in front and who's going to be on the bottom. Let's see, one sec. Okay. Let's screen record and see how the order is going to be. Go back. Okay. So today we have 4 and 5. Kind of silly, but maybe 5 will be first. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 4 and 5. So it's just going to stay exactly the way it is. So, all right. That's the order they're going to go in, 4 and 5. Pretty self-explanatory. The hardest part is going to be choosing what race we're doing today. So here's our handy dandy iPad. Okay. I have to be honest with you guys. I really, really don't want to go to work today. All right. So let's screen record. Actually, no, let's not screen record. Let's figure out what race I want to do. Do I want to do a duck race? Do I want to do an emoji race? That one looks kind of cute. An egg and spoon race. We could do a classic horse race. I think we could do an emoji race. Yeah, I think that's the one. Okay, so let's get this all lined up. Now let's screenshot. Okay, so here is our emoji race. We're going to go ahead and edit our list, and the order was just a simple 4 and a simple 5. Done. We're going to do a 30-second race. It's so cute. Oh, we got a sad face and a hot face. There are no cute emojis. All right, on your mark, get set, go. Okay, 5's in the lead. This is kind of loud. How do we turn it down? There you go. Sorry, but the kids are sleeping. All right. 5's still in the lead. Okay. 10 seconds. 5 has been holding steady. Okay. 4. 4 is the winner. So, let's turn off this obnoxious music. My gosh. All right, so we will be reading for 4 hours today. I don't know what it is, but I woke up this morning and I'm like super motivated to read. Last night, when remember how I kind of was getting a little bit negative about Truly Devious? Not negative, but like kind of like struggling with it a little bit. Excuse me. I'm still trying to shake that cough. And I said it might not be the book, it might be me, it might be that I'm just tired. I woke up this morning like reinvigorated to jump back into it and like reinvigorated to read. So I think that is ultimately what it was. I think I was just burnt out and tired. Yesterday was a long day. So today I'm really excited. Like I want to go to work for a little while. I want to come home and I want to get snuggled and read. So I want to cook like a really good dinner. So I'm feeling reinvigorated and re-energized and re-inspired today. So I'm going to try to get a little bit of B-roll today, but I'm kind of jumping all over the place while I read. So let's go ahead and read for 4 hours today.
Come a little closer. I wanna dance with you. Everything's moving slower. I don't know what it is you do. I've been looking at you all night, trying to figure you out. I just wanna make you smile. Hold your hand in my hand, looking at the sunset. Man, you're looking good tonight. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. Yeah, I'm falling in love. Falling in love.
Next day, I did finish my reading for yesterday. I have no clue what page I'm on because honestly, I didn't even look. I'm reading on the Kindle. I hide my page numbers because that helps me read like faster and more efficiently. So I have no clue what page I'm on. But today I have a guaranteed 5 hours of reading. However, I had a bunch of work to do today and it was a little like, it was fine. I'm being dramatic. It was fine. But I want to go browse Barnes & Noble because I just have that desire and that urge. So I know you guys have been asking me to take you along with me to Barnes & Noble, so that's what I'm going to do. If you want to come along and see what we get, if we get anything, I don't even know, but let's be real. Probably will. I am going to take you with me, so let's get to stepping.
My headspace been weaker, it's been waiting for the right day. Like the right day ever comes, now it's Friday and nothing's changed. Mistakes that everyone is making, but I can't change. I'm stuck in reverse like an old Benz. Forgot to tap it up. Now I long for another day where things fall into place.
freezing. I don't know why I'm so cold, but I am now in a blanket cocoon and I'm too lazy to move my camera. So you're getting a little bit of a new angle today. So, some updates. I did finish Truly Devious. I finished it. I am going to wait to give you my thoughts until the end when we do like our kind of like, it's not weekly anymore, but like weekly quote unquote checkup. I've gone a little bit over on my timeline, so it's not quite our full week now, but I'll get to that in a minute. But I did finish that and I had 48 minutes left on my original timer. So I picked up The Book That Wouldn't Burn by Mark Lawrence. I'm actually really excited to get into this because this has been a huge recommendation, particularly from the fabulous Madison. She is such a sweetheart, and she has been telling me that she thinks I would love this book since she read it. I think it's been like a couple of months now. So I'm so excited to pick that up. I'm really excited. I'm on chapter 4. I think I'm like 36 pages in when the timer went off. And then I was supposed to read for 5 hours yesterday and never even picked up a book. We had a bunch of stuff we ended up having to do. I had some work nonsense go down that I had to deal with. It was just a long, chaotic day. So I read nothing yesterday, so we're extending this a day. So today we are going to do our last sprint of reading. The only number left is the 5. So we will be reading for 5 hours today. And I think The Book That Wouldn't Burn, I think, is almost 600 pages, so I can't imagine that I would get even close to finishing that today. But I start on page 36, and I will keep you guys informed on how far I get. And hopefully, it warms up so that I can leave my cocoon, because now I'm like a bodiless blob of blanket. So hopefully it warms up, or I warm up. Ghosts? Must have a light bulb going out, but hopefully I warm up. And this is not a problem all day long. I think I'm going to go sit on my couch in front of the fireplace and we will get our 5 hours done. And just like that, our week of getting back into reading after being sick, I wouldn't say I was in a slump. Maybe a sick slump? Is that a thing? Like getting back out of our sick slump has come to an end, and it wasn't really a week. I am always brutally honest and full disclosure with you guys. This video took 9 days. I did take a couple of extensions, but after not finishing a book in 3 weeks, I finished 3.5 this week. So I count that as a win. So let's go over what books I finished this week. So the first book we started and completed was Shatter Me by Tahira Mafi, and I gave this 4 stars. I really liked it. I really, really liked it. It definitely, I would say it's YA, but it did have some themes in it that were maybe for a little bit more mature YA, not quite new adult. So definitely YA, but like bordering on new adult. I love the story. I thought the concept was so cool. If you don't know what this is about very broadly, this follows our main female character, Juliet, who begins the book stuck in a prison cell because she has some affliction or ability that every single time someone comes into contact with her skin, they die. So essentially every time someone touches her, she kills somebody. And basically she is being held in a jail cell by what is now the like the regime, like the new government that's taken over. And basically they're trying to figure out a way to use her as a weapon because her power and her ability is so strong. It was a very cool dystopian concept. I really, really love it. The only thing I'm a little confused about is because this book is older, I have gotten spoiled for who the main love interest is supposed to be. And I didn't love that person in this book. And it intrigued me so much that I fought the urge to pick up the second one directly after this. But I was like, you know what? No, I want to stick to my TBR. I want to make some progress on my TBR. This is such a short month. It doesn't honestly look like I'm going to finish my TBR. Never say never. But I wanted to make some progress. But I'm so incredibly ready to jump into the second one because I want to know what's going on with that love interest. I want to know why I don't like that person because I'm supposed to like him, right? Aren't I supposed to like swoon over him eventually? I don't know. But 4 stars, very good. I say pick it up. After the dystopian book that we read, I wanted to jump into something like a little bit spicier, a little bit fluffier, a little bit, you know, I like to switch my genres back and forth. I don't like to read back to back of the same genre. So we went into Icebreaker by Hannah Grace, very cute sports hockey romance. And I gave this a 4.25 stars. I really, really liked this. Anastasia, why am I so bad with names? Nate. I wanted to call him by his last name. Anastasia and Nate's banter was really cute. Their relationship was like more or less mature. There was a little bit of immaturity in this book, but you want to know what it was? I loved the surrounding characters, like the overall friend group and like the found family in this book was really good. And I could see how Hannah Grace is going to take those characters and branch off into separate books with them. I could see how that would work because I really, really liked their friends and the surrounding characters in these books. This was very spicy, but the spice was pretty good. So if you're not a spice person, probably not going to be the book for you. Either that or just like skip those scenes. Like just kind of, you get it. Just skip over it. You know what happens. So it was very, very, very good. If you don't know what this is about, this is basically about Anastasia, who is a figure skater at Maple Hills University. She is an Olympic hopeful. She has Olympic dreams. And Nate, who is the captain of the hockey team at Maple Hills University, basically what happens is there's a really bad prank pulled on the hockey rink and makes it unusable. So they are told by the university that they need to share the figure skating rink and how that goes and what progresses from there. It's a very, very cute book. Okay, the next book I picked up, once again, going for a little bit of a genre shift, was Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. This is another YA mystery, thriller, crime solver book. We did follow our main female character, Stevie Bell. She is invited to join this school. It's completely free for kids with extraordinary IQ and abilities, founded by this man with the last name of Ellingham, who makes it completely free. He funds it with all of his wealth. He just wants to get these incredibly intelligent kids into this school. But there's a mystery surrounding the school because in the 1930s, Albert Ellingham's wife and daughter and a student from the school were kidnapped and murdered. So fast forward to when Stevie gets to the school, Albert Ellingham is dead. He's been dead for quite some time. It's more like modern present time. And Stevie's special skill is solving crime and, true crime and crime investigation and things like that. So when she comes to the school, her goal is to figure out what happened in the 30s. And it devolves from there. I gave this book 2 stars. I didn't love it. It was very YA. There's about 30 characters in this book, and it's confusing a lot at times. I thought that it was too long. This book was, almost 400 pages, and it didn't need to be. The mystery element, first of all, the mystery element from the 1930s nothing really happened. We made no progression on it. And the new mystery element that comes into play is kind of silly. But mostly, the reason why I had trouble connecting with this book is because I truly, with everything in my being, did not like Stevie, our main female character. I never connected with any of the characters, but particularly I never connected with her because I found her rude and strange and condescending and incredibly disrespectful to her parents, and I just didn't like her. So every single time I would read her, I just wasn't rooting for her. I just didn't like her. There was something about her that just rubbed me the wrong way and kept me from being like, no, Stevie, I hope everything works out for you. I don't feel that way. I don't really care what happens to her. I'm so on the fence because I own the rest of this series. And because the only thing that really has me intrigued still is the mystery of Albert Ellingham's family from the 1930s. And we made, like I said, no progress on that in this book. So I might still give the second book a try for the sole reasoning of maybe they'll delve more into the Ellinghams in the next book. Because this book was a lot about Stevie and something else that happened in modern day at the school. And that I didn't enjoy. So 2 stars. This was a miss for me, but I think I will probably continue on to the second book A, I own it, and B, let's see if they actually go into the plot lines of the story that I'm more interested in. But this one was a little bit of a rough one. And last but not least, I delved into The Book That Wouldn't Burn, which was a massive recommendation from the fabulous Madison, who is such a fabulous subscriber on this channel, and she's always so interactive in the chat. She's such a sweet girl, and she had actually recommended this specifically to me on Goodreads as a book that she really enjoyed and she would love my thoughts on, and she would love to see if I enjoyed it. And I am so happy to report that I am on page 250, so I'm about 40, I think that's about 48% of the book, of the way through the book on Goodreads. And it's not that it started out slow for me. It didn't start out slow. But for me, particularly in the fantasy genre, and I would be interested to see if you guys feel this way too, particularly in the fantasy genre, the first couple chapters of any fantasy book for me is like very much my brain adjusting and getting used to the author's writing style. So the first couple chapters kind of go a little bit slow for me. Have to go back, have to adjust, have to settle into the way that the writer writes their fantasy world. You're dealing with things that aren't something that we see every single day. So you're trying to absorb the world, absorb the way they speak, absorb the way the characters function, absorb the way their town runs, absorb who the villains are supposed to be. And it takes a little bit of time for me to really be like, ooh, I could get into this. And at this point on page 250, this book is so good. So good. The first couple of chapters were kind of slow. I was kind of trying to adjust into the way that this author, Mark Lawrence, writes. And 250 pages in, I am like chomping at the bit to get back to finishing this book because I am loving this so far. Loving it. I'm not going to give you a synopsis. If you would like to know what it's about, you can go and read it because I haven't reached the end of the book yet, so I don't want to accidentally say anything that could be a spoiler. But please go read the synopsis on Barnes & Noble, Amazon, wherever you buy your books, because even the synopsis will draw you right in. This book is so good. I think that this may be on track to be a 4+ star book, depending on the way it ends. So I'm excited about this one. I am ready to go get back on the couch and continue reading, which is what I'm going to do directly after this. So thanks guys for joining. I am so excited to be back. I'm so excited to be healthy again. I hate being sick. And that one was truly a rough one. Truly a rough one. But I'm so excited to be back into reading. I'm so excited to be back recording. And please guys, if you stayed until the end, comment the ice skate emoji for how cute Icebreaker was. And do all the YouTubey things like comment, subscribe. I love you. I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.